You guys hear the British accent, and I'm in England, so it's super late at night, and I should be asleep, but I can't sleep because I was so disgusted by the Los Angeles Clippers. Today, they lost against the 1-8 Memphis Grizzlies. They're 0-5 in their last 5 games. James Harden hasn't even got a win since he got to the place he demanded a trade to. Now, we're going to break down some of the plays from tonight's game against the Grizzlies. This is just a real quick breakdown for you. I might do a more in-detail one if you guys show enough love in the comments, but let's dive into these clips and show why James Harden has ruined the LA Clippers. Because at the start of the season, we were talking about the Clippers. If they were healthy, maybe being one of the best teams in the NBA. Guess what? They're all healthy right now, and they're looking like they ain't even going to make the playoffs. That's right. Let's get into these clips now for real. All right, so the first clip I got is right at the start of the game. James Harden is here with a much smaller defender on him, okay? You can see this is a mismatch, but the problem now, by having James Harden in the starting lineup alongside Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Ivica Zubac, is the spacing is ruined. Because now with James Harden operating on the ball with the ball in his hands, you've got Russell Westbrook as a floor spacer. Now, I'm not mad at Russell Westbrook for not being a great shooter. I'm mad at teams that put him in the wrong positions where he can't succeed without the basketball. So let's have a look at this play, because you've got Russell Westbrook in the corner, and what that does is it allows Jaren Jackson to help off Russell Westbrook. So instead of playing him tight, if this was one of the good three-point shooters that they traded away, or just any role player, he would have to be further out defending the three-point line because that's one pass away. Instead, he can help and make sure that James Harden can't drive this lane, okay? The other thing, Zubac is not respected as a shooter. So as this play unfolds, the first thing you're going to see is a little flex action. Okay, we discussed this in my latest breakdown with the Denver Nuggets. Go check that one out. And he's signaling for Russell Westbrook to cut across the baseline. Now, the thing is, if Russ does that, Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't even need to move because they're not worried about Russell Westbrook catching the ball there, or even if he curls and he gets the ball up here. So that's not going to happen. Russ doesn't need to do that. And because Zubac is not respected as a shooter, Bismack Biyombo, the man defending him, doesn't need to play him tight. So that leaves Marcus Smart, who, as you guys know, is my favorite player, an elite screen navigator with the ability to simply play cat and mouse with Paul George and not let him get open off this screen. So that happens. Marcus Smart stays with Paul George, as you can see. James Harden is still sizing up his man, but look at the spacing. Harden's got the ball here, and there's a solid line of Grizzlies defenders. Now, Desmond Bane is going to stay attached to Kawhi Leonard here, but Jaren Jackson Jr. is just sitting in the paint. Doesn't matter what Russell Westbrook's doing. They want him to shoot the ball. Even if he shifts up to get himself even more open, it's not going to matter. What happens as this play unfolds? James Harden, you'd think he'd go to his signature step back. I don't know why he didn't and shoot over the smaller defender. He takes the ball in, passes to Russell Westbrook with 5 seconds on the shot clock. He shoots the 3 and he misses. Now, people hate on Russ for that, but it's all down to the spacing of this new starting 5. Now, you've got James Harden with a smaller defender. And someone tweeted me today saying James Harden looks like he's playing with no energy, no effort. And this is completely right, because anyone knows if you've got a smaller guy on you and there's no one between you and the bucket, you've just got to seal them. That means you put your hand right here like this, you've got your defender in front of you, and you're calling for the ball to come over the top, and it's an easy layup every time. So what he should have done here is sealed the defender. The ball could have gone over the top and it would be an easy layup. Instead, he tries to get post position, but he doesn't really try, because now look, the defender is now sitting on this pass. He's not got his body in front of the defender, backed him down so he can catch into the paint, turn and score. He's just simply kind of standing there saying, yeah, I'm here, give me the ball, I'm James Harden. So as the ball comes in, you guys already know what's about to happen. The pass gets picked off by the defender. Look, you've got this whole action here, and you've got maybe your best players just chilling. Look at Kawhi Leonard's body language. Look at Kawhi Leonard up here, okay? He's just chilling over there, and he just puts his head down and he says, this is not what I signed up for. So let's go to the next clip. James Harden, once again, you can see here, he's kind of just walking around. No urgency, no effort to kind of set a hard screen or anything. He kind of just stands there, all right? Right here, he catches the ball. Now, as you can see, Marcus Smart's doing a great job of stunting on James Harden because he's really guarding Kawhi Leonard. Now, you might want Kawhi Leonard to cut here, but that means this man can simply recover to him. What James Harden should do, in my opinion, right here is drive. Make Marcus Smart commit to James Harden, and then that way the pass can come out to Kawhi Leonard, who will be wide open. If Marcus Smart stays with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden can drive to the hoop, he's going to have the defender on his left side, meaning he can go with his right and finish the layup, get fouled, get to the free throw line, catch some rhythm. Because if you've not been having good games, you want to get to the free throw line and you really want to find your rhythm. Like, this is one thing I want to talk about in this video. Peak James Harden averaged double-digit free throw attempts in every game. Nowadays, he's averaging 3, maybe 4 free throw attempts a game. He's not playing with that same aggressiveness. Without that aggressiveness, the step back is no way near as effective. The step back works because they're worried about that little hezzy and they're backing off you a little bit because they don't want you to drive and you're going to have to foul them, so they can create even more space with a step back. But if you know every time he's going to step back and settle for that, it ain't going to work, as you're going to see in these clips. But this one, the play unfolds, James Harden just shoots a brick. All right, cool. Now here we go again. The Clippers offense, it's a lot of my turn, your turn. So you see here, Kawhi Leonard, he can't really see anything going for him. So now it's James Harden's turn. Kawhi Leonard sets the screen and Marcus Smart's guarding him. Now we all know Marcus Smart always goes hard against James Harden. Remember those Houston games against the Celtics? Remember the one where Marcus Smart drew 2 offensive fouls to win the game for the Celtics? One of my favorite games ever. But let's get back to the point here. Marcus Smart knows the scouting report. He's watched the film. He knows the kind of dribbles James Harden takes to get in rhythm to take that step back. And this is what I was talking about when you're not driving at the hoop and getting to the free throw line. The step back, like Marcus Smart has jumped before James Harden's even got into his shot motion properly. And he's there altering the shot, and it's another brick. Okay, here we go again. Now look at this, okay? I want you to pay attention to there being 12 seconds on the shot clock, right? Now the Clippers are all going to clear out, and there's going to be all of this space for James Harden to operate in. Instead, he's walking, playing lethargically, he's wiping his shoes. I don't know if those new Adidas joints aren't doing him right, but by the time he gets to doing anything, there's 7 seconds left on the shot clock. So now, 6 seconds, you already know he's going to go to that step back and he's going to shoot. So the defender is not even worried about James Harden trying to blow by. He already knows that he's just got to get up in his space because he's going to shoot the step back. He does that and he airballs it. Pathetic. All right, now PJ Tucker comes up with the offensive board. James Harden here does a good job. He sees the momentum of Bane coming towards him. When you see a defender's momentum coming towards you, you can drive because they're not going to be able to stop you. You can't change their direction that quickly. So he does that. Now, Bismack Biyombo comes across, obviously, to contest the layup. That means there's an easy dump-off pass right here to the man in the dunker spot who has Luke Kennard behind him, not even involved in the play. That would have been an easy assist for last year's assist leader, James Harden. Instead, he gets absolutely stuffed by Big Biz. All right? That was a humiliating play. Oh, by the way, this is still the first quarter. All right, once again, you're using Kawhi Leonard, your best player, as a screener for James Harden. Okay, cool. Now, James Harden is making this pass to Kawhi Leonard off the pick and roll. Now look where the pass goes. The pass should go to Kawhi's hands so he can catch it in rhythm and catch it in stride. Instead, the ball is about 1 meter in front of Kawhi Leonard, which means he has to look. He has to change his momentum to get hold of it. The pass should be to his hands. James Harden, if we go back and look at it, he's trying to be fancy with a little no-look vibe. That ain't it. Come on, James. Anyway, goes to Kawhi Leonard. He's off rhythm now. He's had to kind of veer to the left a little bit to catch the ball. And now he's going to shoot and he's going to miss. All right, let's keep this going. Into the second half now. James Harden comes off the high screen roll. Russell Westbrook now is being used as a screener. Now, this could work in theory. Russ is a great athlete. He can set the screen, and then when the defender is chasing James Harden off the screen, Russell Westbrook's man would have to commit to James Harden, and Russell Westbrook would have a clear lane. However, as we spoke about at the start of the video, Ivica Zubac, right here, he's not a threat to space the floor, so he is also going straight to the hoop. So what you're going to end up with is just look at this spacing. You have Russell Westbrook wide open over here. They want him to shoot the ball, and you've got every other Clippers player below the free throw line and the entire Memphis defense below the free throw line. So there's only one option, That's Russell Westbrook. And you're going to get onto him for missing a shot, but this is not his game. This is what happens when Russ has the ball taken out of his hands. Because before, this would be Russell coming off the screens, getting downhill. And up here, if this was Nick Batum or any of the other role players that they had, they can make that. That's a wide open three from the top. But instead, Russell Westbrook's been relegated to a screener and a floor spacer because James Harden needs the ball in his hands. And you guys know what's about to happen. He's going to miss the jump shot. All right, let's go again. This time, look how many defenders there are for the Grizzlies. You've got 1, you got 2, you got 3. And this man's tracking back as well, right? And meanwhile, the Clippers, you have James Harden, you have Norman Powell who's going to dive to the corner there, and that's really it. So it's a 2-on-3, 2-on-4 fast break. James Harden drives, he realizes nothing's going on, and like I said earlier, the Clippers offense at this point is just my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. So he's kind of stuck, he's picked up his dribble, he's not even kept his dribble alive, and now he's going to throw a pass that's easily picked off. Okay, we go in again. James Harden catches it at the top, and remember what I said, he doesn't want to get to the free throw line no more because he's just lazy nowadays. Once again, a step back. It's not hitting. He's off his rhythm. I don't remember the last time he's been on rhythm because he didn't go to training camp. He didn't do preseason. He didn't play any game for the Sixers. He was in the club holding up signs saying, Daryl Morey, I hate you. Daryl Morey's a liar, instead of doing what he should have been doing. And this is the problem now. So how many games is it going to be until he gets his rhythm back? It might be the next game, but it might be 20 games. It might be too late because Kawhi Leonard may have said by then, I got a player option next year. I ain't sticking around. Trade me or I walk in free agency. And Paul George can say the same damn thing. That's the end game here for the Clippers. All these guys, free agents this summer. There's no guarantee they're coming back. They got a brand new arena opening. And Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, I know they're from California. I know they wanted to play for the Clippers in free agency. Paul George wanted to be traded there. But if the team is this bad and it stays this bad, I don't see any other options. I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. Because if they don't figure this out soon, they're in real trouble. The Western Conference is real good this year. My next video is about the Houston Rockets. And I'm saying Ime Udoka is the best coach in the NBA. So you want to subscribe so you don't miss that video. But back to James Harden, back to the Clippers. What's the solution here? You're going to put Russell Westbrook on the bench when he's the vocal leader of your team? You saw how good he was in the playoffs last year for the Clippers. You saw the energy and the intensity he brings. You're going to put James Harden on the bench. We all know he don't play off the bench. You can't put Paul George or Kawhi on the bench. And then the other thing is now you're playing with basically 4 small guys. I know Kawhi and Paul George ain't small, but in comparison to the NBA where everyone's going to lineups with double bigs, you know, Brook Lopez and Giannis, Mobley and Allen, even Jokic and Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon plays above the rim. You got guys you ain't going to get rebounds with, which means less possessions, which means you have to be even more efficient, not settling for step-back threes. You see how it all ties in. But that's a quick breakdown on the Clippers and why James Harden has ruined their basketball team. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see. Like I said, the next video is on the Rockets. Might be a bit of a hot take, but you guys will see why in that video. So subscribe and get buckets.